I just want to quickly talk about how you can identify your niche. If you are going to be monetizing your knowledge, one very important thing you need to do is to identify your niche. A common saying in the knowledge industry and even in business generally is riches are in the niches. Riches are in the niches. So if you want to do well in business, especially in the knowledge industry, you have to be able to narrow down your emphasis or your focus. Riches are in the niches. So the first thing you need to do if you want to identify your niche, what particular area you will be exploring in monetizing your knowledge, the first thing to consider is where you have gotten results in. Your results, that's number one. Have you helped people increase their sales in the past? Or have you in your business, maybe, initially when you did, when you were just a newbie and you didn't, have the knowledge that you have now, maybe you were just making like one sale a day. And after you got certain, kinds of knowledge or something, the sales started increasing to 5 sales a day, 7 sales a day. The conversion rate started increasing, started growing from maybe 2% to 10% to 25%. Or have you helped business achieve increments in their sales? Have you helped people to grow maybe their social media following on Instagram or any other platform? Maybe they just had 52 people. You helped them grow it to 500. Have you done that for people before? Or maybe in fish farming, have you helped a business record lower losses? Because sometimes people have losses in fish farming, maybe due to diseases or something. Have you helped fish farming businesses to record lower losses? Results. Very important. What areas have you achieved results in? Maybe you have helped someone that was overweight or obese to have a lower BMI to help in their weight loss journey. Have you helped people achieve that before? What areas have you achieved results in? The second thing is, what can you teach? What area do you have a good knowledge in that you can teach another person? Do you have very good knowledge in marketing, in business structure, in customer service? Can you teach? What area can you teach? Do you know how to teach drop shipping? Do you know how to teach even fish farming? What area can you teach? It's very important. That's the second point. In identifying your niche, another very important area is, what have you experienced in the past? Because the truth is, one thing that will make you stand out as a knowledge monetization person, or as someone selling their knowledge, is your unique experiences. Because the experiences you have had, many people may not have had it. They may not have had such experiences, so they may not have the authority to teach it like you. Have you been in an abusive relationship in the past and you were able to cope and survive through it and come out a whole person? Or have you, maybe you had a diabetic, maybe you were diabetic and, you were able to overcome that challenge. Or maybe you had a particular relative that was going through dementia, and now you want to help people that have such relatives on how to cope with the different behavioral changes that are happening, or the different life changes that is going to take place in their lives. What have you experienced? Have you had experiences where you have helped businesses to gain greater visibility? What have you experienced? Very important. And then the fourth thing, what have you taught people? It sounds similar to the second point, which is what can you teach? This one is, what have you taught in the past? So in the past, were you a French teacher? If you were a French teacher, you may start a massive French business, a coaching business. Like I have a friend that was a French teacher and now has a massive knowledge business around French coaching. In the past, what have you taught? Have you taught people in the area of dating, relationships, and marriage? Have you taught people, maybe not in a formal structure, maybe even when you were an undergraduate, your roommates, maybe you're able to guide the person on how to navigate these waters of dating, courtship, and all that. Have you taught in that area? Or maybe even you are someone that maybe in the past, in little ways, you helped teach people coding, website development. You can start something more structured in around that. What have you taught in the past? So this is a very good time for you to just evaluate yourself. What results have you gotten or have you helped other people to achieve? Or what can you teach? Maybe you have very good knowledge about it. Or what have you experienced in the past? Or like what have you taught in the past? These are really, really important things. And they can be pointers, vital pointers, key pointers for you to discover the area you will focus on. Because the people that make the most when it comes to monetizing knowledge are specialists. Specialists. Of course, there's an area of being a generalist if you are running a business as a solopreneur, in the sense that you may need to have understanding of many areas. But when it comes to you monetizing knowledge, you will do very well when you have a particular area of emphasis. Someone who is a consultant gynecologist, maybe, of course, they teach in teaching hospitals. They would, of course, earn a lot more than someone who is just a medical officer. Yes, because medical officer is not a specialist. It's very important. The company, the company that I started with, what I was teaching was English language, but it was not just English language. It was IELTS, IELTS, International English Language Testing System. That was what we were teaching, and that was where multiple 8-figure profits, even into 9-figure revenue, was coming from. So you have to know the particular area you would focus on. You cannot teach everything. In fact, as a matter of fact, if you are teaching everything, people will not be able to quickly recall that, oh, this is your own area of expertise. Because one of the importance of, as you will discover, one very important thing is you must gain top of mind recall. That when people think IELTS, for instance, they think about this. When they think, oh, weight loss, they think about you. Or when they think about dating, courtship, they think about you. Or when they think about this thing about being a dietitian, not people that draft timetables, for well-balanced diet, especially for diabetics or other people like that. You have to narrow down into something and then build the business around it. Try to stay loyal and focused to a particular subject matter. And it can be gotten out of the 4 things I've just mentioned. Stay tuned for the remaining. Thank you.